Oh, God, we're all steamed up. Oh, we're all steamed up. Welcome to today's Daily Diary, darlings. Oh, that's alliterative again, isn't it? Daily darlings. Right, bear with. I'm going to have to defrost the doings. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't touch that knob. Don't touch that knob. I'm just defrosting it, demisting it, de-something. I'll be back in a minute. You leave that knob alone. Don't even think about it. Go and make a cup of tea or something. Put the kettle on. A few more seconds. We're nearly there. Oh, I'd better do the back screen as well. Bloody hell. Oh, hello. Slow down. Oh, we could be here for a while. Right. Have I said welcome to today's Daily Diary? I did, didn't I? I did, because I noticed it was alliterative. Right, well, I haven't got time to hang around. Here we go. Right, is that enough? Yeah, right, there we go. Right, we can hear ourselves think. Hello, Nettykins. Hope you're not too cold, sweetheart. Well, okay. Yesterday, I said that my life was a bit of a roller coaster, certainly emotionally, because yesterday I had a bit of a down day, and that followed a really positive, what had been a really positive day on Tuesday. Well, the roller coaster continues, darlings. Where did I leave you? When I left you last night, I just got to the restaurant, and there were lights on upstairs in the Sherpers lodge, and people were in there presumably working. Well, let me roll on from there and tell you what happened next. The people working put some stuff in their car and buggered off, and I just thought, well, that's that, you know. And then a little bit busy last night. We were a little bit busy, and then unexpectedly another van rocked up, a new one of those posh Volkswagen jobs that everybody wants to turn into camper vans, and in it was a chap and the landlord, and they had a shed load of carpet. Now, I had to scoot out on a delivery, but obviously I've been saying that I want to speak to the landlord to try and, you know, ascertain what's happening with upstairs. We were talking about all this yesterday, weren't we? You know, the fact that not knowing what's going on, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I was keen to have a chat with the landlord, but I had to sod off. I had to go and do a delivery. When I got back, the van was packed up, lights on, ready to go, and the landlord was in the yard talking to Ram. Turns out Ram had refused to let him go. Said, no, you can't, you must stay. Jason wants to talk to you. I should explain that the landlord lives down on the south coast, so it's not like he's local and it's easy to grab hold of him. So I had a chat with the landlord. Now, it turns out, unexpectedly, that the Sherpers Lodge is closer to being ready than I could have guessed. Apparently, it's as done as it's going to be inside. I'll come on to that in a minute. we're still talking about a heap of unknowns. We are still talking about a heap of unknowns. I wanted to go in and look around, but the carpet was blocking up all of the stairs, and the landlord Sajid had a long drive to get home, so they were keen to get off. So I've not been able to look around, but apparently it's as done as it's going to be. The carpet fitters are due next Monday. The carpets are in there waiting to be fitted. It's going to be fully carpeted throughout, new carpets throughout, and that's that. Apparently, the decoration, that I'm not sure about. I think there's a possibility that all of the plastering and everything is done, but it still needs painting, decorating. A couple of things he said led me to that. He said, but anyway, that's kind of by the by. The point is that I had a chat with him, and I said, what are your plans? Are you still thinking of the old plan, which is from 2 years ago, when work was mooted to start? And the deal then was that the company would take over upstairs, add it to the business lease on the restaurant. I would run it as an Airbnb, and we'd split the profit 3 ways. Vishnu, me, landlord. So I said, is that still the plan? He said, I haven't really got a plan. I said, so you got nothing planned with Vishnu? He said, no, not yet. So I kind of said, right, well, no need to look elsewhere. I will take upstairs on. We need to sort out the details, but yeah, I will take it on in one form or another. And he said, and I said, if Vishnu or the company doesn't want to be involved, then if it's okay with you, you and I, we can deal direct. And he said, yep, absolutely fine. When it's completed, or near completed, so within a couple of weeks, we'll sit down, have a meeting, get it sorted. So that is the big news, darlings. I broke it on the live stream last night, but if you haven't watched last night's live stream, that is your big news. The Sherpers Lodge is happening. So things have still got to be sorted out. I need to talk to Bish, need to decide how to do it. We could do the original plan, or could do a similar plan, but just breathe in, but just with me and the landlord. Or I could just take it on alone, take on the business lease alone, pay the X's, and just run it as a business. So how's it going to work? Well, I can't afford to take it on as a home. I couldn't afford to take it on as a home full stop anyway, but certainly with the additional expenses of the seasonal pitch, absolutely no way. So it's going to have to earn money one way or another. But so it's going to be an Airbnb. But there are going to be some slight changes, because Windybum is now, originally I would have been living in Windybum and running it purely as a full house Airbnb. So in other words, you rent the entire place. I've forgotten the exact Airbnb phrasing for it, full space or something. The other option is shared space, where you just rent a room out or rooms out or whatever. So the plan was to do it as a whole let, and I would just manage it. Now that's going to be slightly different. it's going to be some kind of a home base for me. So I will, all of Windy Bum's furniture that's suitable will go there, and that will go part, if not most of the way. Oh, this looks a bit of a big thing. What's going on here? Oh, it's a caravan. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of pants. I've forgotten what I was saying now. What was I banging on about? The shared space versus whole space thing. Yeah, so it's going to be some kind of a home base. Oh yeah, Windy Bum's furniture. So that can all go in there. And it's going to be a home base for me. My furniture will be there. It will be my permanent address. Blah, 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 blah. However, I don't plan to live there full time. The plan is I will still offer it as a whole space affair thing, and I'll be in my seasonal pitch in a caravan. Oh God, that was a bit tight, sunshine. Bloody hell, you nutter. However, there will be times where I will be there when oh really? Blind bend? Okay. There will be times when I will be there, so, you know, when it's not occupied. And obviously there are going to be 2 months of the year where I can't be at the seasonal pitch. Well, guess where I'm going to be for those 2 months now? Yeah, I'm going to be in the Sherpers Lodge, and during that time I will offer it as a shared space. So the plan is I'll set up one of the rooms as like my room, and well, actually I don't really know what the plan is. It's I've forgotten what all of my original plans were, because for new watchers, this was supposed to be happening at the very latest a year ago, and it was actually supposed to be happening 6 months before that. So 18 months ago everything was supposed to be finished, and it was 2 years ago where we first decided to do this. Cut a long story short, it needed a refurbishment. The landlord engaged, well, what we called the orally men, and they just made an absolute mess of everything and scarpered with the money. Cut a long story short, there have been new people in since, and there you go. So I think we're going to have to kind of play it by ear, because at this point in time I don't know what the exact deal is going to be, and I don't know what the state of the place is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be ready to go, or if it's all going to have to be painted and decorated. God only knows. But the one thing that we do now know is that one way or another we're getting our grubby little paws on the place. So that's going to change things a little bit. That's going to change things a little bit, because we've kind of now got a new home, or at the very least a new home base, and a new business all rolled into one. So exciting times ahead, really. Everything else will continue as was. The seasonal pitch, which I'm committed to and haven't paid for, will go ahead, because that's still going to be essential. Netty will still get her MOT, and we will still enjoy her on a Monday night. But we're now going to have an Airbnb to contend with, and before too long we may have a hotel as well. I still don't know what involvement. Oh my God. Have I suddenly turned into a slow driver? I was doing 60 when he went for that overtake. 60 miles an hour on a tight single carriageway lane in the dark. And I got overtaken. Well, this really is the polar opposite of yesterday, isn't it? When I was swearing at people for being too slow. And now apparently I'm the bloody dawdler. Twice I've been overtaken. And I'm not dawdling. Oh well. And again, I've forgotten where I was. Oh, that's bright. What the hell was I banging on about? Oh yeah, the hotel where. Anyway. Right, so. But I mean, this is undoubtedly a massive positive, and it's almost as if the universe knew what it was doing and made the right things happen at the right time, in a weird way. Gives with one hand, takes with another, or maybe that should be in reverse order. Takes with one hand, then gives with another. Yeah, so it's going to be it's going to be exciting times ahead, really, and there's going to be no more seasonal affective disorder once this all kicks off, because we're going to have a real project on our hands, and obviously this is going to be great for the channel, because you're not going to be getting driving to work videos and theoretical chat about whatever. You're going to be getting right, let's see if we can set up a successful Airbnb business video, and dressing my new home, and this, that and the other. So it's something else to work towards, isn't it? And obviously I'm going to involve you lot in absolutely everything. I hope that, as well as being a home base and a business, that the Sherpers Lodge and the restaurant will become a community hub, and that it will get used by members of the YouTube community. There were some interesting ideas on the live stream last night, because of course we talked about this endlessly when it was first supposed to be happening, and then it just dragged on, and then it seemed like it never was going to happen, so we all lost interest. But some of those ideas were resurrected. The Joseph Lloyd Lounge, for example, which tickled me, and it was suggested last night that we should get the great man himself to open it, which would be great fun. I'll actually do that. So yeah, that's what a way for yesterday to end, and the roller coaster continues. But I mean, this could work out really very well indeed. The only thing that would change is that the ideas about leaving the restaurant and static caravans in Wales, that's not going to be happening anytime soon, because the one thing is that when we get this place, that's a tie. That's very much a tie to the area, which is fine. We'll still escape, even if it's just on a Monday night, as we've been doing. We'll still escape. I'll make sure of that. But how nicely could this work out? A lot of problems solved in a swoop. So we've got a home for my furniture. I haven't got to say goodbye to that. That's nice. And it's two birds with one stone, because I get to keep my furniture. That's one thing. Sorry, getting a bit burpy and dry mouthed. And of course, the lodge was going to need furnishing. Well, you know, we can go a long way towards furnishing it with the bits from Windy Bum, and very nice it will look too, because I've got beautiful furniture in Windy Bum. So that's all good. That's all good. It solves the problem of the permanent address for the seasonal pitch, because I'm going to have one somewhere I can get post, have things delivered, all of that kind of thing. It solves the problem of where I'm going to be for the 2 months that I can't be on the seasonal pitch, and everything's kind of worked out brilliantly, because I would have needed to be close by to actually run it as an Airbnb, in terms of the logistics, you know, changeover, supervising cleanups. I'll get a company in to do that. I'm not bloody or, you know, employ somebody directly. I'm not actually doing the cleaning myself. But I still need to be around and on hand, you know. So the seasonal pitch is going to be a godsend, because it's a lot closer than Windy Bum, and yet it's far enough away that I'm still going to be spending my time in the arse end of nowhere, in the quiet and the dark, which is what I love. And other boxes being ticked as well. Somewhere that I can have a bath. I was really going to miss, if I only had showers in my life, I know that I would really miss having a nice bath. So that's sorted. Somewhere to put not just furniture from Windy Bum, all of my cookware, kitchenware, appliances, all of that. Oh, it's great stuff. Now, it's still going to be a bit of a bumpy road, because, yeah, we've got... Oh! Really? Christ. Oh, don't mind me. Have I got a target painted on me today or something? Yeah, so we've got to work out the deal. Depending on how the deal goes, it could be financially difficult, because if I end up taking the place on myself, then there's a possibility that for a month or two I could be paying for Windy Bum, the seasonal pitch, and the Sherpers lodge, and God only knows how I'd manage that. One of them's impossible enough, never mind bloody 3 of them, but we can work around that. We can work around that. We might have to decorate the place, but that's fine. That's doable. Well, it's just getting somebody in to do it, isn't it? Obviously, I'm not going to do it. Not because I can't be asked, but I just can't. I'm no good. I'm no good at anything like that. And then, well, then there's the actuality of running an Airbnb. I've never done it. I've stayed in an Airbnb once, but I didn't sort it all out. Emma did. So I don't know how it all works. I'll have to look into the legalities of everything, but I'm not worried about that. I mean, believe it or not, darlings, I'm not thick. So, I know. Surprise, who knew? Boaty is not thick. Shocking newsflash. So, yeah. I've got no doubt that I can get my head around it, and I don't doubt that I'll be able to run a successful business from there. There's a Premier Inn less than a mile away, and it's always full. If you can't run a successful Airbnb within a mile of a Premier Inn that's always full, you're doing something very wrong. And it's going to be exciting. There's the excitement of dressing a home, addressing a business. I love that. I'm going to be flexing a business muscle. Haven't done that for a while. And, you know, everything works out as it should. Let's not forget the bottom line. Greetings, Honourable Bridge. God, I nearly forgot. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Most honourable of bridges. Bottom line, yeah, it's going to be another income stream. If things work, you know, if it's successful. And no reason why it shouldn't be. VW51, OMG. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, yes, exciting times ahead. And yeah, so there are still unknowns, there are still uncertainties, which is a bit frustrating, but they shouldn't be unknown and uncertain for long. If the carpet fitters are going in on Monday, well, Monday's just round the bloody corner, isn't it? And they'll be doing that in a day, no doubt. I think we've got a key for it knocking around somewhere. So I can always nip in and have a cheeky squiz round. I'll film it, naturally, for you lot. Yeah, then have a meeting, thrash it out. And then have a proper look around, a proper assessment. Hopefully the place will be in a reasonably decent state. Well, I mean, it's going to have to be, isn't it? It'll be incredibly... That idiot who overtook me, he didn't get far. There's only 2 cars in front. Is it really worth the risk? Oh, no point in second guessing. No point in second guessing. If the structural work has been done and has been done decently, anything else we can cope with. If there's bits that need finishing, then they're just going to have to be finished. And I'll arrange it. And, you know, that's just going to have to be recognised in the deal that we do, same as the decorating. As long as it's structurally sound, sorted, done, everything else we can deal with. It would be quite nice if we could get in there, well, the sooner the better, really, certainly before the new year. And it would be quite nice to have a relaxed transition from Windy Bum to Sherpers Lodge. I'm thinking that, God, I'm trying to think about vehicles. What vehicle have I got that's suitable? God, this is where you need a little van, isn't it? But smaller stuff, you know, I can take over. I mean, I go there every day anyway, don't I? So it'd be easy enough to put, every time I go, just take put some small stuff in the car, or NETTY or whatever, well, the car, and start ferrying bits and pieces there, do it gradually, do as much as possible of the smaller stuff, and that'll bring the cost down for when we do the big move, and just get that all done in one truckload. Yeah, and it's gonna have to be a play it by ear job, isn't it? Haven't even seen the place yet. Last time I saw the place, you couldn't house a pig in there. It was dreadful. It'll be interesting to see what sort of state it's in. Now, the landlord's seen it. He's a reasonable chap. He's not going to spend money putting brand new carpets throughout if the rest of it is still a shithole, is he? I mean, it just wouldn't make logical sense. He's seen it. So Amrit was in there yesterday actually, and he said, oh, it looked nice, looked like a hotel. So anyway, time to bugger off, isn't it? So there you go, that's the news. It's a massive positive. We've got something to look forward to, something to work towards. There are still uncertainties, but it's all good. We know where we're going, and we don't know all of the details, and we haven't dotted all the I's and crossed all of the T's, but that's all to come. So onwards and upwards, darlings. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Oh, let's do another one. If you've watched this all the way to the end, say, I'd love to stay at the Sherpers Lodge. There you go. All right, darlings. Look forward to catching you next time. In the meantime, all the love in the world from me. And on that note, toodle pip. Catch you tomorrow, darlings. Bye-bye.
The YouTube channel's not any good, but he's a nice guy. I'm sorry, Mr. Boaty.
Oh. You had me at YouTube videos. Let's go, Boaty.
Boaty's such a great guy, such a great guy, very tall, such a great guy. I wish Boaty was here in America with me right now.
You twat. Wanker.